The titanium-reinforced corridor of the Orbital Defense Academy gleamed under the bioluminescent strips that powered Station Kepler-7. Brian pressed his back against the bulkhead, feeling the cold metal through his cadet uniform as 3 Centauri cadets boxed him in. The gravity plating hummed beneath his boots at standard 1G Earth gravity, ironically enough, though it offered him no advantage here. Earthborn trash, Cale sneered, his genetically enhanced musculature rippling beneath his uniform. The Centauri's neural implants flickered blue at his temples, processing combat scenarios faster than Brian's unaugmented brain ever could. You don't belong here. Brian's jaw tightened. He'd heard it every day since arriving at the Academy 3 months ago. Humanity's colony worlds had evolved beyond baseline, humans stronger, faster, smarter. Earth, overpopulated and resource-depleted, sent its candidates to the Academy on merit alone, no genetic modifications, no cybernetic enhancements, just raw determination and test scores. The entrance exam doesn't lie, Brian managed, though his voice sounded weaker than he'd intended. Cale's fist cocked back, servo-enhanced muscles coiling like springs. The punch would likely crack Brian's ribs, even through the impact-dispersing fabric of his uniform. Brian's unaugmented reflexes wouldn't be fast enough to dodge. The fist never landed. A hand smaller, unenhanced, completely human caught Cale's wrist mid-strike. The kinetic energy that should have transferred into Brian's chest simply stopped, redirected through biomechanical principles that had nothing to do with augmentation and everything to do with precision. Nyla stood between them, her dark hair pulled into a regulation bun, her brown eyes calculating angles and force vectors with the same intensity she applied to astrophysics equations. She was Earthborn too, one of only 7 in a class of 200. Newton's third law, Nyla said calmly, her grip unwavering on Cale's wrist. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. You apply 340 newtons of force to strike. I apply 340 newtons in opposition. Net result, 0 momentum transfer. Cale's augmented mind processed the humiliation faster than the physics. He yanked his arm free, his neural implants flashing angry red. Stay out of this. Earth girl. Can't do that. Nyla positioned herself squarely in front of Brian, her stance textbook perfect weight distributed, center of gravity low. No enhancements, just Academy training and human stubbornness. Section 7.3 of the Academy Charter prohibits physical altercations outside sanctioned combat training. You're already in violation. The other 2 Centauri cadets shifted, their augmented reflexes making them move in unsettling synchronization. The corridor's environmental sensors detected the elevated tension, automatically adjusting the oxygen mixture to prevent hyperventilation, a feature designed for academic stress, not confrontations like this. You think regulations protect you? The taller Centauri, Vex, stepped forward. His ocular implants zoomed and refocused, likely recording everything for later use. The instructors don't care about Earthborn complaints. Maybe not, Nyla acknowledged. She tapped her wrist-mounted datapad, and a holographic display flickered to life between them. But they care about this. The security feed played in miniature above her wrist, the entire confrontation captured from 3 angles via the station's internal monitoring system. Time-stamped, biometrically verified, impossible to falsify. I accessed the station's witness protocol before intervening, Nyla explained, her voice steady despite facing 3 opponents who could break her bones with casual effort. It's now logged with the Commandant's office, flagged for immediate review. Academic regulations require investigation of all recorded incidents. You've got about 90 seconds before security arrives. Brian watched the calculation play across the Centauri cadets' faces. Their enhanced minds processed probability matrices faster than his could, but they all reached the same conclusion. The risk-reward ratio had shifted dramatically. Cale's jaw clenched. This isn't over. Statistically speaking, it is, Nyla replied. Any future incidents will establish a pattern of harassment. You'll be expelled under zero-tolerance protocols. Your genetic enhancements won't matter much working asteroid mining duty. The Centauri cadets retreated, their enhanced physiology making their movements fluid and unnaturally quick. Within seconds, they disappeared around the corridor's curve, leaving Nyla and Brian alone with the hum of the station's life support systems. Brian released a breath he hadn't realized he'd been holding. You didn't have to do that. Nyla deactivated the holographic display and turned to face him fully. Up close, Brian could see the dark circles under her eyes, late nights studying to keep pace with enhanced classmates who needed half the sleep and processed information twice as fast. Yes, I did. She adjusted her uniform collar, a nervous habit Brian had noticed during their shared quantum mechanics lectures. We're outnumbered 50-1 here, Brian. Earthborn against enhanced. If we don't look out for each other, nobody will. How did you even know I was in trouble? A slight smile crossed Nyla's face. I didn't. I was tracking you. Brian blinked. What? You take the same route from advanced propulsion theory every Tuesday, she explained matter-of-factly. This corridor's usually deserted at 1,600 hours. High probability location for confrontation. I've been running patrol patterns for 3 weeks, just in case. You've been protecting me? For 3 weeks? Nyla shrugged. You're the only other Earthborn in our engineering track. Plus, your thesis on antimatter containment field optimization was brilliant. Be a waste if some enhanced idiot put you in the medical bay before you could present it. Brian felt something shift in his chest, not from Kale's aborted punch, but from the realization that he wasn't as alone as he'd thought. Thank you, he said quietly. Thank me by helping me with tomorrow's orbital mechanics problem set, Nyla replied, already turning to walk down the corridor. Question 7 is killing me. Brian fell into step beside her, matching her pace in the artificial gravity that bound them both to this station, orbiting a star they'd never call home. Above them, through the transparent aluminum viewports, distant Earth hung like a blue marble, overpopulated, resource-starved, technologically behind, but unenhanced, unaugmented, and unbowed. Question 7, Brian said, pulling up his datapad. I think I figured that one out. It's all about angular momentum conservation when their voices faded down the corridor. 2 Earthborn cadets, navigating a future designed for those who'd evolved beyond them, surviving not through enhancement, but through the oldest human advantages: intelligence, courage, and the simple decision to stand together when the universe insisted they stood alone.